Gives me great pleasure to introduce a man who's made golf instruction a passion, has been rewarded with great results by his many students. A former University of Portland golf coach, past chairman of both the National PGA Education and Teaching Committees, and a past member of the PGA Board of Directors. Currently, he's the director of golf at the Pumpkin Ridge Golf Club in Cornelius, Oregon. Ladies and gentlemen, Jerry Mowlds.
Thank you, Dick, and good morning, everybody. Hope you had a good night. I was very pleased and happy to be asked to serve on the Summit Speakers. There's a lot of great speakers have been here, and it's a real privilege. I'm still trying to figure out who it was that decided I'd be the perfect guy to do what not to do. When I find out, I'll have something to say to them. After I got through having my feelings hurt by that request, I did quite a survey of students that I had seen and talked to and around the area to find out what traits of golf instructors irritated them the most and what really made up a truly terrible golf instructor. It was quite interesting, some of the information I found and what went on out there. So with that, I'm going to try to fill you in on what can really work to make you not a great golf instructor. Remembering that the Teaching Pro division of the PGA anyway, they think that all we do is play and teach and pick off the local tournaments and beat the guys that are selling the gloves and the balls and the shirts anyway. We've got to keep that in mind, and with that in mind, you've got to have plenty of time for your own game, so you don't want to get your schedule too booked up. So some things that are surefire ways to avoid that are, A, keep your schedule a secret. Keep your lesson book in your pocket. Keep it, or at least messed up enough so that no staff person could ever book you any lessons. That would be that's the best way. Keep it in your pocket, then you can play golf, you can have your games when you want them, and you're not going to have that surprise by getting booked up when you don't want to be. Keeping your dress and your image befitting that of a good non-golf instructor. Wear your hair a little too long, dress a little sloppy, get your old white dirty FootJoy teaching shoes out, with the ones with the run-down heels. Those are really especially effective. A few basics, there are a few basics to teaching poorly, and there are a few tips, smaller details. Nothing works as well as bad breath. Bad breath is a must. If you're going to do a truly job that no one wants to come back, the old standbys, garlic and onions are still the best, but with a little inventive use of pepperoni and some cheeses are really effective also. Body odor runs a close second to bad breath. A good sweat-stained cap or hat it goes really along with those worn-down wheeled shoes. A sweat outfit is good, but make sure you've sweated in it sufficiently that it works. A pungent body odor can run just a close second to bad breath and making you an objectionable teacher. Remember, if someone actually does book a lesson with you, it's your game that is most important. It's okay, if you've got a game or you're practicing, it's okay, and it's even admirable to run at least 30 minutes late on your lesson. Some of the very best in this area are consistently 30 to 45 minutes late for their appointments, and it just does wonders in keeping that schedule opened out. If you do actually have to, you get as a victim or a student that you have to work with, it's get right into the lesson right off the bat. Get at it. Don't mess around with the small stuff. You can find out about them later. Besides, it's kind of a fun game to throw a bunch of stuff at them and see how they react. And if you find out they've got a blown out knee later on, well, that's, You don't want to mess. You got to get them a lot of stuff to think about early on. It's the And the saving grace is some of these lessons, you're trying to get a lot of practice on your own game anyway, and demonstration, what a deal. You get the student to pay for the balls, you're on their time, you're hitting extra shots. Sometimes, you can even get your student to go buy more balls midpoint of the lesson, which even makes it better. What a great chance for extra practice. Another great ploy for really in the negative situation on how to keep your schedule cleared out is never stop talking when you hit that lesson tee. Never give them a chance to answer any questions. Tell them everything that you've ever heard about golf in the first 15 minutes. That'll usually, then if you have to or want to leave a little early, they won't mind because they'll be so confused anyway that they won't know the difference. And you can get out of there. I've seen some lessons given where in 1 hour, the student never actually hit a ball. Now, boy, that is really something. That's good. If you're out there teaching and that person is, you've got them sufficiently confused by running past the other thing, I almost forgot. What a chance to try out the new booklets and the new videos and the new magazine articles on these new systems on the student to see if they have any credibility before you try them on your own game and mess it up. Boy, what a great deal. Every month we've got several new ideas in the magazines, and boy, you can run it past some of these folks and see how good or how bad it works, and then you can try it if you think it's valid. But that's a great deal so you don't have to mess up your own game. You're out there teaching and you've got this person sufficiently confused and it helps. You never want to let them know that it can be easy or fun. I mean, this is serious stuff. We've got to use big words, invent a few new fundamentals if you have to, but keep them off balance and keep them off guard. When they leave, you want them shaking their head because otherwise, if they go out there and think it's easy and that you've helped them, your book's going to get too full and you're not going to have time to play and practice. So you've got to keep that in mind at all times. A cooler of beer nearby is always good. Always good. You never know when you're going to have a little morning after thirst or where all this teaching is going to get on your nerves. You might have to calm them down a little bit. One of the best at this I once saw generally had a beer in one hand and a cigarette in the other, and boy, he was super. It's also, as you'll see in our little film, I happen to have the good fortune of being able to film one of our instructors in action here a while back, and it's a great place to meet members of the opposite sex. Sometimes you can really get lucky out there. You want to make sure that they know that you're available too. If you're actually out there teaching, another good thing is that your buddies will always know where you're at. If you're out there practicing and teaching, they can find you, and don't hesitate to, you got to keep a friendly front. And as these people come by the lesson tee, you got to say howdy and talk to them a little bit. And that person, you've given them enough already in the first few minutes that they shouldn't mind that you visit a little bit during their lesson. Besides, remember, we don't want to get too booked up. The point on the keeping them busy on those lessons, you'd like to find out, again, what makes people really have the most trouble. And I've found very good success by some of the guys that are into this, and my friend Billy Bob, he likes to give them about 2 thoughts on the take back, about 3 more as you approach the top of the backswing, and then at least 2 on the downswing before you think about that finish. And the way he brings that through to them, it's really amazing how these people almost become immobile. I'm sure that you've maybe run into some other good items yourself on how not to be a good teacher, but these are some of the critical things. And I've got a little skit here that I want to show you. And this was taken a few months ago during my survey period of teaching. And I've got to show you a video now on a typical morning in the life of Billy Bob, the golf instructor.
Hey, Billy Bob, can you help me with my slice?
Well, sure, Pardo. Let's see you hit one.
Boy, look at this. You know how
That's one of the damnest slices I've ever seen. That's perfect. I can't help you with your
I
slice.
don't
You
believe
got
this
it.
guy. I don't believe it. But
Billy Bob, do you know that Mr. Compact swings down here waiting for you at the other end? You're already 15 minutes late.
What time is it?
It's 11:15.
Oh, God. I'm just starting to get my irons working pretty good. You know, I don't feel too good today. I need a little more time. If I'd known I was going to be this thirsty today, I'd have drank a lot more last night. Stall him off for me, would you? Just say something.
Yeah, I'm really sorry. Okay, hey, thanks, guy.
Hey, Pardo, how you doing? Sorry I'm a little late today. No, I don't feel too good, but, you know, it's been a tough night. Boy, my irons are getting a lot better.
Really?
I'm playing good. You know, I had a 68 the other day at Witch Hollow, 71 on the Pro-Am, 3-putted 4 times. You believe that?
Yeah, not early.
I could have swept them. You know, if I can get just a couple more shots around off of missing my iron game, I can be right out there with that senior tour. That's duck soup out there if you just get there. That's what I'm working towards, and I'm almost there. Say, you might be an eligible sponsor for me. You interested in a little bit of action on the senior tour?
Well, I don't, no, not really. I just kind of want to get that pull hook straightened out. You know,
Oh,
if you don't
okay.
mind.
Pull hook. Well, pull hook. I know pull hooks. I've hit more pull hooks than any man alive. Let's see you hit one.
Okay.
Oh, hold it. You're barking up the wrong tree here. Let me see that grip a second. You gotta get that left hand on there a little more like so, and get this right up there in the fingers. And then your take back, you gotta watch that take back. Low inside, make sure you keep the angle between your chest and your arm. When you get to the top, there's a critical deal. You gotta slide those legs forward, retain your angle coming in, get that impact of that low round finish, and that'll do it. I said, you watch the turn, you watch your footwork, keep that club on the plane, you'll hit it good from there.
We kind of go back to the beginning on that one. Just maybe one step at a
Oh, I'm
time.
sorry, I didn't mean to confuse you. Well, you watch me. Let me show you how this works here. Let me show you. You haven't got many balls left
Well,
here.
I've been kind of waiting around.
Well, I think I can get you what I want here. Now, first of all, get your hands on that club the way you want and get your address position. Critical spot, that low take back. Make a good turn, get it in there. We're going to detain that angle. Holder coming in there. Drive to the left side. Low around finish. Watch this shot. Watch this shot. This is just how I want you to do it. There. How you like that? Low around finish.
Nice shot.
Balance position. You sure you don't want to sponsor me on that tour? You see that shot?
Yeah, I just like to do that myself.
Well, watch a couple more. I think you get this. See, here's my setup. Hands a little ahead. Take back low around. Good turn. Let's lead those legs. Delay that angle. Low around finish. You watch this again. Look at that shot. Hey, that's a 4-iron, man. That's stiff.
That's great.
Huh? Think you can do that? Let me hit a
Well,
couple
no,
more.
I-
I'm not sure you... After you get this club on the plane, boy, you got to make sure the attitude of that club stays in the right angle as you delay that club into the ball. Then you get it on the inside and get that balanced finish, you know, huh?
Excuse me. Billy Bob?
Yeah.
Excuse me. Oh, but Mrs. Open Face is here. She said she's got a playing lesson
Mrs.
with you.
Open Face?
A playing lesson with you, and it's not in the book anywhere. And Mrs. Backswing is over there, and she's here for her 11:30. What do you want me to do?
Oh, God. Is this Tuesday?
Yeah, it's Tuesday.
Oh, I don't see. I'm feeling worse all the time. We've got to tell Mrs. Open Face that I'm tied up today. I got a game at 12 o'clock. I got a lesson waiting for me. I got to hit a few more balls. You got to put her off. Tell her to try next Tuesday. And give Mrs. Backswing another bucket of balls and tell her I'll be down there pretty quick. Will you? This is not going to be easy today. Take care of it, will you, kid? Take care of it.
Geez, I'm real sorry. We've got a bad day going here, and I'm really off. And I know I got to cut this a little short. I got lessons waiting for me. I don't feel good, and I got a game at 12 o'clock for some cash. And so, you go ahead and work on what we've been talking about here, and call me next week for a lesson. How's that sound?
Well,
Oh wait, no, next week I'm playing in the Pro-Am over across state. Well, let's just call me the week after that, and we'll get back at this, and then we can get this whole hook worked out. Okay?
yeah, well,
Yeah. You want to charge this to your account today, Mr. Compact Swing, or would you like to pay cash? I prefer cash,
yeah, yeah.
How you doing there, Mrs. Backswing? Nice to see you. Sorry I'm a little late today. I've had kind of a tough day. But that's the way it goes. And I apologize for being late. How are you hitting them?
I'm not hitting them well at all. I'm
Really?
having trouble.
What lesson is this anyway?
This is our fifth.
Fifth? Wow, seems like more. Well, what are we working on right now?
Working on my follow-through.
Wait a minute. How was the grip? I don't like your grip the way you're holding on there. Let's take a look at that grip there for a
Hey,
second.
Billy Bob there, how you been doing?
Hey, Lee, my man. How you doing, pal? Long time. You hitting the ball?
Yeah,
Huh?
definitely.
Everything all right?
Yeah, making any money out there?
Yeah, a little bit. I see you hit my irons now. I got them all worked out. I'm nailing it.
Super,
68 the other
super,
day.
hey.
Signature
Make
tour
money
coming
out there, the tour there. All right, see you later.
Good.
My grip?
Oh, your grip, yeah, your grip. Yeah, you gotta hide those fingernails. You can get it careful. Excuse me. You gotta get it there. Then we gotta get this low take back around with a good turn. Yeah, and then if it's a little too low, just see hit one or two like that.
Hi, Billy Bob.
Hey, Cindy,
How
nice
you
to see you,
doing?
kid. How you doing?
I'm doing great. How about you?
Not bad, not bad. You hitting the ball?
I am, as a matter of fact.
Looking good, looking
Thank you.
good.
Thank you. You think you might want to go play a game of golf?
Sure, game of golf. Yeah. We'll play around a little bit. I'll talk to you a little bit later.
Okay.
Excuse me, now where were we? Let's see here. Oh, the grip.
My follow-through.
Oh, yeah, well, we gotta get to the follow through first, huh? And I take it back there. That's a little too low, or not that low around. Now, come on now, let's get up to that ball. That's too low. Now, come on, take a rip at that thing. That's a little too high. Okay, start over now. Let's take a look at that grip. Hide those fingers. There you go. Check the stance. Your knees are a little too bent here. Your knees are a little too bent. Hide those fingers. That's it. All right. And we want a low around take back with a good turn and a good swish up around those in between. There. That's just right.
I think you can take a look at my grip here. Just
Oh, well,
doesn't seem
sure.
quite
Excuse me
right.
just 1 second. Let me see your grip here. Oh, well, these are beautiful nails, Cindy, but we can't show them quite so much. We got to see the
something
backs
like
of both
that?
hands a
Oh,
little
okay.
bit. Yeah, and just kind of inside your thigh there. Yeah, there you go. Oh, and your hip action. You got to keep this hip kind of back and in. Oh, looking good. Looking
like
good.
this?
Yeah, well,
Oh,
move the ball back a little bit. Step up just a little more forward. No, that way. A little more. Oh, yeah, I like it. I like it. Okay, go ahead and hit one nice and smooth. Beautiful, beautiful. That's
Thank
the
you,
way to
Billy
hit him.
Bob.
That's the way to hit him.
Here again, too.
Sorry, that's an old friend there, Mrs. Backswing. How you hitting him? What are we working on here now?
My follow-through.
Oh, that's right, that's right. Well, would you hit another one for me? See, I missed that. Would you do that one more time? Yeah?
Hey, Billy, we got that game in about 5 minutes. Big cash.
Oh, I know. I'm having a late day today, and this project I got going here, did you see her swing? That's
been
after
watching.
5 lessons. That's like an annuity. It's impossible. On the other hand, I said, check this dish over here, huh? I'd like to give her a few private lessons, huh? I'll get this over with. I'll see you on the first tee.
You got it.
Mrs. Baxter, I'm sorry about all these delays. I've had kind of a bad day. I haven't felt good all day, and I got a game waiting for me at 12 o'clock, and I'm going to have to cut this a little short. But we're not going to make this on the 5th lesson anyway. You need another series. I'm not too happy with how it's going, and I think we do need to do that. And if you have any extra cash with you today, I'm a little short for my game, if you wouldn't mind.
Cash, extra cash. Do you know what you can do with your cash and my follow-through?
Pardon me, Mrs. Backswing?
remember, the overriding goal here is to keep your book open so that you can have plenty of time for playing and practice. And it's you got to pick off those sectional events. It really irritates those other guys that are selling them shirts and gloves. So you got to keep practicing.
What interval do you train your assistants to interrupt you? About every 10 minutes or 15 minutes?
Well, 10 works good. You can get usually three times, maybe 3 times in 30 minutes.
I guess that you get a little more usage out of your golf balls because they don't hit as many during lessons.
Well, that's right. I hit more of them, but I hit them more square than they do generally.
You know, I'm thinking that you'd be better off if you had a beeper or a mobile phone hooked onto your belt. Have you ever tried that?
Oh, that's a good idea. You can keep up with your bookie that way better, too.
I don't have any more questions. Thank you, Jerry. That was great.